Hey guys! Today we are out of the studio and in the kitchen, and we are going to create some beautiful hand-painted watercolor cookies. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Shada, and yeah, this is my kitchen. Pretty much living my childhood dream right now because when I was a kid, whenever I would make my lunch, which was not very often, my mom made my lunch, we had sort of an island, and I would always, talk to this imaginary camera, and I would have like my own cooking show. I'd be like, I'm putting the egg salad, and anyways. So that's what we're doing today, living my childhood dream, and I'm gonna show you how to create these absolutely gorgeous hand-painted watercolor cookies. This is something you can totally do. They look very sophisticated, very impressive, but if you've been following along on the channel and you're loving all the watercolor projects, this is kind of an easier one. I'm even gonna show you my super lazy girls hack for royal icing. No piping, no mixer, that's right. I like shortcuts. And then we are going to be we're gonna make a paint made of vodka and gel food coloring. So you'll need food coloring like the ones that I have here, and I'll link something like that in the description. And if you're not comfortable using alcohol, I think this would be also possible with like an almond extract. Obviously that has a flavor, but you could purchase that at the grocery store. Then you'll also need some brand new little paint brushes, very tiny, something from the dollar store. And you'll need some of your favorite cutout cookies. I've got some sugar cookies here that I baked the other day. I'm gonna put the recipe for those ones below. It's a really good recipe. But you could use gingerbread or whatever, anything you roll that's flat and you cut it out. And then we'll talk about the icing in a second, and we'll get more in depth on the paint as well. So let's just get started. All right, I'm starting our project with my cookies already made, and we're gonna talk about the icing process. So I've got my 2-inch scallop round cookies over here. And then for the icing, I'll be using 1 egg white, 2 cups of icing sugar, it's not sifted, a little bit of water, and I've also got a whisk and a spatula on hand, and then I've got a drying rack over here to set my cookies on. So I am just going to put that egg white into my 2 cups of icing sugar, and then I am going to add just a little bit of room temperature water, and I'll start whisking it up. I think the key here is that you don't want to put too much water, because then you get into this game of like adding more sugar and adding more water, and it just goes on and on. So just add the water in very small amounts and whisk in between to work the water in. And you just want to make sure that you get all the sugar from the edges of the bowl. If you do put too much water, you can put more sugar. It's not a big deal. You could also do, 4 cups of sugar, 2 egg whites, and then, continue to put the water in. You can see this is starting to be a nice consistency. I just need like a drop. You get to that point where you can see it's just a little too thick, 1 or 2 drops more, and then you've got this beautiful smooth icing that flows nicely, that's not thick and not gloopy, but it's not runny, it's not at all watery. So that's what you're looking for. And then this is my trick. I take the cookies, this is good, and I just dunk them in face down, carefully holding to 2 sides of the cookie, and then I kind of shake the icing off, just shake it off, back into the bowl. Then once I've got the icing pretty much sitting on there nicely, I'll take the spatula and give it a little once over. I'm really doing too much right here. I don't even need to go that far. But yeah, just a tiny little cleanup around the edges. And that's my process. I think it's so much easier for a project like this than getting out the piping bags and the piping tips. It's just dunk, shake, give it a swirl so that it sits, and then you might need to hit it with the spatula. You might not even need to for some of them. And if your icing is the right consistency, any spatula marks will sort of even out as the icing sits. And you can see mine aren't perfect, but they're close enough, they're good enough. Now we're gonna leave those alone for 24 hours. After 12 hours, you can put them in a Tupperware, but don't paint them until you've let them sit. And you can see now I've got a nice hard surface here. They're almost like a ceramic. That's the egg white that makes it nice and hard and shiny and white. Now I need to mix up my icing. I'm using juniper green and moss green. And I have my vodka. And then to mix in, I'm gonna use, these are great, little lid of like a Tylenol bottle, because you can throw it out, or a shot glass, because you could wash that. And so I am going to take about a pea-sized amount of my food coloring, and then I'm gonna put about an equal amount of vodka. I know that's hard because one is sort of semi-solid and one is liquid, but it doesn't matter too much. You just want to have a nice liquidy paint. And then it's a good idea, once you've mixed it well, to take your little brush, and if you've got a cookie that didn't turn out as nicely with the icing, this can be like your tester cookie. So you can test out your paint. Does the consistency and the color look good? There's no chunks of food coloring, or it's not too thin and watery. And I think what you're gonna find is that it's so similar to watercolor paints. I'm also going to mix up the moss green. I did the juniper first, so I'll do that in the shot glass. And then once that's ready, we're gonna get started. You can see there, it looks very dark, but it is a nice mossy green. So now what I wanna do is start on my first cookie. So I've also got some paper towel here for blotting. I'm taking a very tiny brush, and I am just gonna start painting leaves. And if you are a part of this channel, if you watch my videos often, then you are probably already so well versed in the art of leaf painting, because that is something that I love to do. So what I would suggest here is get a small brush that's new and not frayed, and then paint what you're comfortable with, because whatever subject is your go-to, I think you're going to be able to be very successful painting on the icing. And I'm just having a lot of fun really going around and painting these tiny leaves, and I'm trying to make my lines as thin as I can, because it just looks so impressive to have that level of detail on a cookie. But if some of the lines get a little thicker, that's not a big deal. It still looks so gorgeous, and I just think these cookies would be so lovely to have at a shower or a birthday party or a wedding. You can also do a really simple design by doing sort of a wreath and painting the circle in. So just do the line and then go ahead and do the pairs of leaves all the way along that stem, that line. So that's a very simple sort of design idea, is to do the wreath with just the pairs of leaves. I tried out a whole bunch of different things. I did wreaths. I did ones like this where I just did a whole bunch of little branches all kind of intertwined and just sitting together to make a nice sort of leaf motif, I guess you could say. I did some ferns and other little interesting patterns, and we'll get to those in a second. But I should mention that you really could mix up so many different colors, and you could do little rainbows. You could do some fun abstract sort of, just splashes of color, like really make it look like watercolor paints hit these cookies. I think that would be so fun, and that's something I've been meaning to try. Or the very first summer that I did these, I did them all in royal blue, so that it sort of looked like china, like beautiful blue and white porcelain, and that was gorgeous as well. But I'm loving the mossy green for summer and garden parties and tea parties and baby showers. I'm very into this. So if you end up trying this out and you post it on Instagram, be sure to tag me at Shada Campbell and show me what sort of color palette you went for. This is something that I've been doing for a few years now, but as someone who was comfortable with a paintbrush in hand, I found that the first time I tried it, I was pretty happy with the results. And this is also a great project to take on at Christmas time, at the holidays, because you can make gingerbread cutout cookies for your tree and then ice them and do some beautiful red and blue painted on designs. And you could probably even keep them from year to year if you wanted to, and have these gorgeous handmade edible, but not that edible, ornaments. Oh, that's something we should probably talk about. How edible is this? Of course, it's completely edible. You can eat these. The only thing is that because the cookies, you need to make the cookies, and then you need to wait a bit and ice them, and then you need to wait a full 24 hours before you paint the icing, and the cookies should be sitting out for 12 hours of that 24. So it goes without saying that they might get a little stale, it's a good idea to bring these to the party and show up with another batch that isn't painted. And if you're wondering about kids and the alcohol, it's such a small amount, and it also is evaporating as the paint dries. So I think that these would be kid-friendly. Okay guys, that is it. My beautiful painted watercolor cookies, perfect for bridal showers and weddings and tea parties all summer long. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more content like this, and I will see you soon with a new tutorial.